couple of years before my mother passed away, she's been gone 5 years now, my parents sold their home, and so we began renting a house, Vrbo, Airbnb type thing, at Christmas with me and my two sisters and their children. They've got 4 kids each, and my parents. And so we still do this, by the way, sometime around Christmas or the first of the year. My dad just now comes to eat with us. I don't think he can take much more time with us all. We interrupt his nap, or his pre-bedtime nap, I think. So, but he comes and eats dinner with us. And that first year that we rented a house, and my mother's dementia was just kind of starting to really be noticeable. And I think my father realized more than he wanted to, or maybe just admitted that she was starting to slip away. And so my father took this opportunity of a captive audience. All the grandchildren wanted their Christmas presents, okay? He took this opportunity of a captive audience to tell his grandchildren their story. He covered almost 60 years in 30 minutes. How they met at the senior high school banquet. They didn't have a prom then. The senior high school banquet. And my mother was a freshman server at the banquet. How they wrote letters to each other whenever he was in the Air Force stationed in California and Alaska. How he drove all the way across the country in a borrowed car so he could spend Christmas with her. Their wedding day, first house they rented, birth of their daughters, life as a young couple in the 1960s. 1971, the greatest year ever. That's when I was born. But woven throughout his story was their faith in God. And my father bluntly told all of his grandchildren that a relationship with God through faith in Jesus Christ was the most important relationship they could ever hope to have in their whole entire life. And he told them about hardships and how their faith carried them, how being a part of a church community helped them raise their children. And my mother mostly just listened and smiled and cried a little bit and often chuckled with laughter. And I'm sure if she had been entirely there, she would have corrected him on several things that he got wrong. But this was a priceless gift given to their grandchildren and their children. Have you told your grandchildren or great-grandchildren your story? Have you told your grandchildren the importance about your faith in God, your relationship with Jesus Christ? Many of you all gathered here, my wife included, your grandparents are the ones who took you to church. They are the most influential figures of faith in your life, and your faith in God is due largely in part to their love for you and their love for God.